So tell me, is you ready, baby? Tell me, is you ready, baby?
Hey y'all, welcome and welcome back to the Be Like Dee channel. It's your girl D coming back with a new show, okay y'all? I'm back, okay? Yeah, I know life be stressful, okay? So I had to take a break. Summer, kids. So I got a little bit more time on my hands, okay? So anyways, I'm back with another review of the new show Divorced Sistas on BT Plus. It's a Tyler Perry show, season 1, episode 1 and 2. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. Episode 1, let's get into the sisters. Okay, so the episode open up with Geneva, which is Kadeen. But Geneva, she in the car with Tiffany. Okay, they in the car doing a pickup line for her, picking up her daughter. I said, okay, y'all good friends then, cause she in the pickup line. Baby. But anyway, she gets shaded by the damn teacher. Talking about, oh, it's nice to see you. We don't ever see you. And she's like, yeah, because I have a job. Yeah. But okay. She's like, well, we love to see both parents participate. I'm like, ooh. The shady undertones, okay? But anyway, so they was in the car talking mad shit about one of the other friends, Naomi, and Rashida talking about she she be gonna have the kids speaking in tongues or some stuff. But anyway, I was like, okay, boom, y'all messy, okay? But then they let it be known in this conversation that they all been friends for 20 years, and they basically just putting up with Naomi because the bitch is acting crazy, okay? So then we get to Rashida. So Rashida is Latoya Lucky, okay, as we know, and Rashida is a pastor's wife. So I was like, oh goodness, girl, you're going through. I already know you're going through. Being a pastor's wife, you're going through, okay? And then you work at the church, okay? It's the whole thing she got going on here. And then the husband was being an asshole in front of the people that was having a meeting in. And then I was just like, oh, hell no, okay? And then she was like, oh, hell. I was like, okay, I can rock with this, okay? Because she put him, she didn't gather him like I need her to gather him. But she showed him that she wasn't fucking with that, okay? But anyway, they get into it. She looked like she a battered wife. I don't know what's going on there, okay? I'm like, what is going on? Is he cheating, actively cheating, and that's what it feel like. But and then his bodyguard, I don't know, his second man is always right there, whoever that is, security. He acting strange. He don't listen and respect her either. So it's really like, what's going on? What y'all niggas got going up? Okay. So then we get Geneva getting to her house, passing her daughter to the nanny, and Naomi is there warning about the lawsuit. So Geneva is the lawyer of the group. Okay, we got Joan slash Andy going on here. Okay, so Geneva is the friendship lawyer. Okay, so she's telling her, well, you got frivolous lawsuits, you suing this man for whatever. So basically the girl got divorced, her husband cheated on her with a white girl. Nah, she feel like she have a whole acrimony thing going on, okay? Apparently she harassing the man. She is upset that he didn't left her for the white girl, okay? So I said, okay, boom, you acrimony. Her name is Naomi, but she acting like she finna have an acrimony. I'm finna just start skipping because I just remember the episode as a whole. Rashida ends up, looking like she going through something. That's why I'm like, she seemed like a battered wife, or what's going on, husband cheating on you and you know it. She all like, she don't want to talk and stuff. And then the other friend, Bridget, she works at the church, and she was in there when he was disrespecting her. But she says that she on the phone with Tiffany telling her that that she don't know what's going on with her, but she knows something going on with her. But every time she about to say something, she don't say nothing. I'm like, oh, I will hate that. And she looked like she would be doing that shit, okay? But anyway, so then we get to finish her story, y'all. She basically get to counseling some girl, at the church, and then the girl is basically doing that little weird stuff, like she got a weird vibe already. I was like, what's going on with her? She finna confess that she done slept with the husband, okay? She done slept with the priest. I mean, the preacher. She done slept with the preacher, okay? And she just looking at it. I said, oh, but that's how the episode ended, really. But then we're gonna go back to Geneva. The whole episode is because the daughter done said she was playing with her Barbies when they was in there talking, and she was like, "Come here with your fine self." And she was like, "What? You can't be saying that. You a little girl. Like you can't be saying with your fine self. Where you learn that from?" And then the friends are like, "Oh, you probably learned it from y'all." I said, "Never." Never would I be like, girl, your husband probably be saying that to you. No, I'd be like, y'all be saying that? First thing I would go, y'all be saying that? No, what else, little girl? And that's pretty much how Geneva was. Okay, now, who said that? Who daddy said that to? To his friend, a pretty lady. What pretty lady? Who's the pretty lady? And the friend's like, don't question her. No, girl, shut up. This is my daughter. Back up. Anyways, now what you said? Okay. I was like, Tiffany, no. And she the one that's been traumatized by divorce, okay? Apparently her husband ain't leave her with nothing. She gotta pay that nigga alimony. I said, oh, okay, I see why you're mad. Bitch, I see why you're mad. I see why you scared, because that her whole narrative that she's scared to get back out there. Girl, she got, she's scared. She gotta give money up, okay? And then she mad at Naomi because Naomi got money. She got half. But she bitter. Told you. Acrimony. Okay, so after Geneva get all that information, you know, they already said she finna be on the hunt. And she was, okay? She was like, she called the teacher. Oh, yes, I would like to, it's the little girl that my daughter says her friend. And I was trying to get the last name. The lady's like, oh, I can't give out that information. I was like, girl, yeah, you ain't gonna get it like that. The school can't give out nothing. Okay, especially over the phone. You ain't getting nothing, okay? But then she ended up creeping her ass up to the school, okay? The janitor let her in because she over here lying to my, oh, my daughter left her teddy bear. Oh, I really need to get that. The man was like, all right, I ain't supposed to do that now. I ain't supposed to, but come on. I'm like, boy, y'all don't stop. He kept having that pause though. He kept being like, if you got a pause, you shouldn't have been doing this shit, okay? But anyway, he let her ass in there. He let her get the running. She get him to run in his mouth actually, like, oh yeah, my daughter, she from in this class with this teacher, and the girl Maddie, you know her? Yeah, Maddie, you know her last name? And he like, dang, I don't. They go to the classroom. She looking around. He's like, yeah, that's her right there. I was like, you know what, Geneva, play him, okay? That's her right there. Yeah, thank you for helping me. What's that last name? So she on the hunt, okay? She want to find out who this chick is, but I feel like we really didn't get nothing else after that. We just got her on the hunt the first episode. But anyway, first episode, actually thinking back on it, was entertaining only because I know what's happening on the second episode. So the second episode had me, okay? Because at first I was like, I gotta see more. Let me see that second episode. Episode 2 had me saying, Geneva! She finna give me a show, okay? I'm finna have a good time with Geneva, okay? Kadeem, you doing your damn thing because most of the time I kept forgetting you was Kadeem. You was flowing. I was feeling your emotions when you was supposed to, okay? I was in it with you because whole episode 1, you trying to figure out if your husband cheating on you. We get to episode 2, we found out your ass done had an affair your damn self. I said, what? You on the hunt like that because you know what you done did. And then to find out that she ain't really just into her damn husband. I said, oh man, okay, that's why they take it. On the first episode, they said they was taking a trip or something for them, you know, to get some alone time. But definitely, so you been ain't into your husband apparently because the way they was talking, her and Rashida when she was talking to her about, she's like, are you trying to catch him in something? Are you trying to, like, she's like, well, that was in the past when I did what I did, but I don't know. I said, yeah, you ain't feeling your husband, okay? And apparently you ain't been feeling your husband because you was always like, you just felt like he was a safe bet. And then y'all tried so hard to have this kid, and then you have a kid, okay? So maybe y'all just never really wasn't compatible, but you felt like he was a good guy, so she thought it would get there. They feel like if you be together long enough, your feelings gonna be there, but they not. Maybe that's what that was, but I don't know. We'll see. But when I seen the husband before we knew that she had cheated, when I seen who the husband was, and it was the dude, he was on that Queens, was it Queen? Yeah, the show Queens with Eve and all of them, and he was the cheating husband on that. Then I feel like he was a cheating husband on some other show. I was just like, it would be you that's the cheating husband. But then we found out that she don't really like him like that, and then she was saying he kind of like, kind of dull a little bit. I was like, I see that too. I was like, dang, you the cheater husband, and you getting cheated on husband. Dang. And dude that she cheated on with from 6 years ago shows up again at her job and want to be like, yeah, me and my wife is finally broken up. I said, oh, so y'all was cheating, okay? He was married, you married, and y'all cheated, okay? But now his marriage is finally over and he back in town. And she just like, okay, she trying to play it cool. That part was funny to me too. She was trying to play it cool, like, oh, well, that's great for you, yeah, but I'm happy in my marriage, yeah, I'm happy in my marriage. I said, oh no, she's not. She's gonna cheat. Too funny, okay? Because she was she was trying to be a good girl. I seen it, but it's not finna happen. But she's just like, hope we see you around. And he's just like, yeah, right. I said, oh. A mess, okay? Then guess what? Boom, he show up at the end of the damn episode, okay? He at the end of the episode showing up with the husband. Talking about, he all like, hey, I ain't seen you in long. You ain't seen him in like 6 years, right? I said, messy. Oh my goodness, so messy, okay? And then he talking about the daughter, and then the name, and then I'm looking at how she acting, cause she acting real like shook, like, oh shit, this nigga in my house, in front of my husband, and he playing with me. Okay, it was look, bringing me back to Girlfriends, okay? When what was that dude's name that Maya was cheating with, came and was being friends with Darnell and played in his face. It's giving me that, okay? Very entertaining, okay? He all smiling at him like, yeah, that name means this. I said, oh, do that name mean something to him? I was like, oh, looking at both of them, and like I said, she was acting shook, okay? She was looking like, oh snap, he finna see my daughter and know something, right? So I was like, he was looking at that daughter the whole time and was like, right, yeah. And then as soon as they left, he's like, is she mine? I said, oh. Girl, you done cheated and had the baby with the nigga, and he got this nigga thinking, oh, Geneva. I swear, she finna be entertaining, girl. You had me. Boom, episode 2. I was like, oh yes, okay, give me more. But anyway, Rashida and her husband are just going through, okay? I don't know. I would have to see more of what's going on, like I said, because the first episode, I was like, okay, he seemed like a big old cheater, but he still might be a cheater, honestly. But the fact that the girl was apparently lying, okay? Rashida played it all cool, like, oh, and what else happened? Oh, so tell me everything. No, I'm here with you. I said, okay. I said, she being mature, okay? And she was like, so yeah, tell me everything. Yeah, no, you know what? Me and you. She's like, we good? Yeah, we good. Me and you, let's go talk some more. And so she go take him to the office. Where was it? In the office. What happened? She like right there, and then the bodyguard, he was outside, and he made sure nobody was coming in, and it was like every Thursday for the last like 3 months. Oh, that's the right. She was talking all slow, but I sped it up, okay, y'all. But anyway, so we get to the bottom of it. She's saying this, all this happened. I'm like, and I'm like, oh goodness, oh, she been very mature. She trying to get all the details so they, they can run it back to him. And then she said, you're lying, okay? It's not in his calendar. So he was at home with me at that time. She was like, I don't know what to tell you. So then she said, no, look at this. This is his office every Thursday of you said it was. I don't see nothing. I said, oh shit. The bitch is lying. Apparently, it's like one of those mega churches, I'm guessing, so they got money. Because they are supposed to be doing some kind of little fundraiser party thing. And that's why her and her husband getting into it right now. To get money for the church or whatever. So then she's showing her the camera saying you lying, you trying to get money out the church, blah blah blah. But she's like, but why would you come here first? Why would you go to the police if you was getting violated? Because she made it seem like he ordered her the first time, but then she kept coming back from 06 and all this and that. So I was with her. I was like, oh no, but then you find out she lying just to be lying. And I'm just like, is this? But I don't know if this is gonna come back up because she said she's going to the police, but they got proof that everything you said was a lie. So is some part of the story true? Because bitches be doing that. Some part might be a true something in there. She probably did sleep with his ass, but not how everything she said happened. Ain't no proof she got, so she just came in there just to say some shit. We'll see, okay? Because I was like, And then after they get home and stuff, they supposed to be getting ready for the little gala or whatever. I would have liked to have seen that. I feel like they just fast forwarded it after like they was coming home from it or something. I don't know. I can't remember, but that's what it felt like. But anyway, so they was getting ready for the gala, but they start getting into it, and then the kids come bursting in, yelling at them, telling them, y'all don't practice what y'all preach, blah blah blah. That's why I don't even like going to church and listening to that BS, basically. I was like, not y'all getting read by y'all kids, okay? And then the kids was right, but then it was kind of like, watch yourself, okay? Because who you think you talking to? Hey, then they all teenagers, grown, who is you talking to? Okay, they said, don't you teach communication? This ain't communications. Y'all don't even like each other unless the church people are around. I said, damn. Damn, kids be ruthless, right? But I guess it gave them a chance to look in the mirror, but we'll see what happens, okay? Because I think that's the last thing I remember that happened with them. And then we got Naomi. I forgot about Naomi's ass in the first episode, other than them talking about her and her showing up being crazy. I forgot she had some scene with Doc from All the Queen's Men. And why is he still being a male escort? I don't know. He was a nosy male escort at that, because he's like, oh, you got some stuff going. Oh yeah, what's this? How you got this money? She was like, nigga, what? But then she was doing too much, okay? She slept with him, but then she pulled a gun on him, telling him he need to get out of her business, get out of her house. But then he wanted to be a helpful ass nigga, and she looking like, nigga, what? And then she stalking, he helped her get into his fake account so she can stalk the ex-husband online, saying he doing stuff like that to provoke her. I'm like, is he? The only glimmer of hope I have for her is that sometimes niggas do be doing it, okay? So then the last sister is Bridget, and Bridget, the last 2 episodes, the first episode, she was basically just being nosy. We know she worked at the church and helps Rashida. I guess she her assistant or something. I don't know. And then apparently she has ain't shit ass nigga at home too. Okay, I don't know if they was married though. Maybe they was married. I don't know. She got some ancient ass nigga that keep losing jobs and not holding on to jobs because he want to be an artiste. Okay, that dumb shit. Okay, you gonna always lose me if you ain't gonna choose. You gonna choose no job? You choosing no job? Oh hell no! Run away, girl. Run away. Cause that mean he using your money, your time, girl. What the fuck? But that's pretty much what she going through, and she looking at the damn fool. Okay, I was just like, girl, you can't be talking no kind of shit. Okay, you got a nigga with no job depending on you. But anyways, um, I believe that was all the sisters. That was Tiffany, Geneva, Bridget, Rashida. They all had a lot of shit going on, and I was pretty much interested. And I was just like, okay, I can get with this, okay? Nice and messy for me, okay? All right, y'all. That's in the episode, and that's in my review for Divorced Sisters season 1, episodes 1 and 2. Drop down in the comments. Let me know what y'all thought about the show, what y'all think about Geneva's ass, all their relationships, and how y'all think this shit is gonna unfold. And then how I feel like do we feel like some of the characters kind of switched a little bit in episode 2? Some of their mood kind of changed, and it wasn't as, I don't know, but when I got to episode 2, I was locked in. Okay, drop down comments. Let me know what y'all thought. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the Be Like Dee channel. Okay.